Okay, so 12 is a calculator problem that we actually need the calculator for. And most calculator problems fall into one of two categories. Either you absolutely need the calculator or the calculator is completely useless. This is one where, based on the answers, you can see you absolutely need the calculator. That doesn't change the fact that it's your brain's job to make the mental leaps. So we're given f prime and we're asked on what intervals is f decreasing. When possible, you want to use the equation they gave you, and you want to use your math knowledge to link the equation they gave you to the question asked. The question asked here is when f is decreasing. What your brain needs to say is that f is decreasing translates into f prime is less than 0. And that's the graph you're given. So you're going to put this thing in as y1. You're obviously going to make sure you're in radian mode, right? And what that means you're looking for is you're looking for when your graph, the thing that you're calling y1, is below the x-axis. That's it. You don't have to do any of the number crunching here. You just have to do the part where your brain understands what's being asked and how you can see that from what you're given. So I'm going to go to my y equals and clear whatever other stuff I had out there. So second e to the sine of x, close the sine, close the e, minus cosine of x, close the cosine, minus 1. Do a quick double check that you're in radian mode because sometimes you're not. And then once I'm here, I don't want to zoom 6 necessarily. I think I'm going to zoom, I'm going to go to window and I'm going to pick 0 to 9, right? So I'm going to go to window and I'm going to start my x at 0 and end my x at 9 because that's the window we specifically asked to look at. And it'll make it obvious if, for instance, my window is still negative at 9, right? Or at 0. So it'll be easier to see if the window is adjusted that way. So let's go ahead and hit graph. All right, so I want when this graph is negative. So let's go ahead and grab a screenshot real quick just so that we can look here, right? So it looks to me like I want this window and this window. So a couple things are really obvious to me. It's still positive at 9, so it's not either of the answers that go up until 9, right? It does start at 0, so it's one of these two answers. Beyond that, I just need to find one of these zeros. Literally one of them will do it for me. Now, there's a couple different ways you could deal with this. Like you could probably approximate with your eyes that, hey, this is 0 and that's 1, so it's probably answer A, right? Like you could make an educated guess. You could say, hey, look, that's 1 and that 0 happens before 1, so it's answer A. And it is answer A, but if you want to be extra careful, you could do second calc 0, especially if they give you two answers. And actually, you could just pick the closest 0 to where you are if you want. You could pick this one. As you could hit enter. There's no reason to go anywhere else because all of the answers in the middle are different. So I should get the 4.114 or 115, and that's this answer right here. So it does confirm that it's A. If there are answers that are really close together, like here the 0.6 and the 1.9 were very different spots, right? Here's 0.6 and here's 1.9. They're very different spots. But if they're not, then you would definitely need the calculator. And that's kind of the deal.